So I'm standing in my bathroom, about to put on my contacts, and I just got off a phone call with someone, a dear friend of mine. She called me up. We were on the phone for over 2 hours just now. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. A lot of downloads, a lot of clarity. Oh, I love it. But as I was talking to her, so much stuff was coming. Like, she was getting all these confirmations as I was telling her certain things, and after I hung up the phone with her, so sometimes God speaks to me via music. That's why I love music so much. Even it was happening when we was on the phone, I just kept saying like song lyrics and started singing songs as she was talking. Put this contact in my eye. But as she was talking, right? So after me and her got off the phone, I started saying automatically, you can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. Baby, I treat you so fresh, so nice. Yes, up to Jeff, you tonight. Baby, you could go wherever you like. You could go wherever you like. Thing is that is what God is telling us all the time. You can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. And people don't realize that, but we truly do get whatever we like. The issue comes up when people don't realize that. And instead of what I've recognized from so many years of talking to people, being, people's spiritual life coach, their business consultant, just their life consultant, all these things, is that most people, and I've been saying this for years, pay attention to what you're paying attention to, and what you focus on flourishes. So people, the pattern, I'm all about patterns. The neurodivergency, I'm all about patterns. So I noticed the pattern with people. I told you I'm fascinated, not only with myself, but I'm fascinated with all humans. And I noticed that most people, they focus on the ish they don't want. What you focus on flourishes. So it does not matter how many, and this is why affirmations and stuff don't work for some people, because it's not about just saying, what are your thoughts and with your actions, and are they in alignment with the things that you're speaking, that you're saying you're wanting. So many people say they want this, just like I said with the cake video the other day when I was talking about the story of my grandma, and how there is no competition. A lot of people say they want certain things, however, their actions and their words are not in alignment. That's why I tell people, that's even in the Bible, talking about the power of the tongue and the words that we speak. People be calling people witches and all this stuff, but not realizing that we all are basically witches, because we all are casting spells every day on ourselves. We are brainwashing ourselves. Not only is the world doing it, we are doing it. The words we speak, spelling, the things we write, that's biblical too. Write the vision, make it plain. That spelling, you're casting a spell on yourself in your life. But people don't want to admit that. They don't see it that way. Like, because, saying witch is a trigger word, but we are all doing witchcraft all the freaking time, whether you are aware of it or not. And that's the thing. Most people are not aware of what they're doing in the words that they speak. And they can know all this stuff, but yet they will keep speaking death and suffering and fear on themselves instead of checking themselves. Like I said, when you reach that observer mode in your life and you are able to step out and see and recognize, pay attention to what you're paying attention to, and question, I interrogate all my thoughts. I don't just allow something to come out of me just because I hear it. If it's lower level, fear-based kind of like energy, if it is like pulling me every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me back. If it is that energy from either myself or someone outside of me that I feel like is trying to pull me back, or keep me like that crab in the bucket thing. We do this with ourselves too. If it is that, I reject that automatically. I even used to say things audibly. Cancel, cancel, cancel. People just think I was crazy. I don't care. I know it works. So I don't care how it looks to others. So I would cancel those thoughts. I don't allow those thoughts to take over me. I have been depressed before. I've seen the darkness and I refuse to go back there. And we have the power But a lot of people have given their power away. I give myself away, but have given themselves away in not the right way. They've given themselves away to that lower level energy, that lower, you even call some people, it's like even with the chakras, like that lower level stuff. And like in consciousness, I call it the spiral of consciousness, but you know, they say like the hierarchy, the levels. That lower level stuff is based on fear and suffering and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of people, they allow themselves to stay there, not just because the world has programmed them. Like I said, the only person truly holding us back is ourselves. Like, look, I'm right here by the mirror. I'm starting with the woman in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they're so, they're living on autopilot. They're living on autopilot instead of snapping out of it and taking control and steering their own life. A lot of people love the fact that they have to look to something outside of them, because no way, it's a form of you not taking accountability for your stuff. You're saying that, oh no, I need this outward thing. Nah, God is inside of you. Ain't no outward thing that you need to rely on. You're giving your power away. Stop doing that shit. And control your mind. Stop allowing your mind to control you. Stop allowing your thoughts to control you. When you really tap in and go deep and realize that, oh wait, hold up, what was that thought? No, I don't like that. Cancel. Like I cancel, I block stuff, I like switch off. Like I literally talk to myself sometimes like I'm a computer, because I realize at the end of the day, we are basically like sophisticated computers. Our DNA is the code, and you have the power to switch stuff on in your DNA or turn it off. Your thoughts, your nervous system is the wiring. And this meat suit is like just the robot, just walking this thing out, because our spirit and our soul does not have form. This is the form that our spirit and our soul, the soul is the part of us that is attached to these human feelings, these emotions, all the stuff that we feel. This is how that stuff gets turned over from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. In order for anything to exist in this physical 3D space where we're only seeing like 1% of freaking reality anyways, it has to first exist in the spirit. So those thoughts you have in your mind, those big goals, those big dreams that you have, they're not coming to you for nothing. It is coming to you because it's already done. It's already done in the spirit, and it's just waiting on you, this meat suit, to walk it out, because the soul and the spirit cannot walk it out because it does not have form, but you do. You do. And I am so passionate about this, and that's why because I'm like, I just want people to wake up. I just want people to wake up and see. Y'all have the power. So many people causing their own suffering because you keep meditating on and thinking about and replaying shit that you don't even want to come about. But know what? The more you think about it, the more it come about, is the more you're going to see it in your world, because know what? Your body wants to prove you right. Your mind, your nervous system wants to prove you right. Frequency, illusion, confirmation, which one it is. Anyways, confirmation bias, all this kind of stuff. Your body wants you to be right. It don't matter. It don't know the difference between good or bad, because that is very subjective. It's all about your perspective, but yet it wants you to be right. So if it sees that, it's like, what are you worshiping? What is your God? And it's like, you are making those negative thoughts, the shit you don't want, your God. You are worshiping that thing because you keep meditating on it, meaning you keep talking about it, you keep thinking about it, you keep pondering on it, you keep talking to people. Sometimes like me, people will come to me pouring out all their stuff and telling me, and I tell them what God's telling me to tell them, or how some people say the Holy Spirit. Like, cause that don't be this 3D Tanieka talking. Now that be higher level Tanieka talking. Now pour into them. And some people is like, God told me, like, stop casting your pearls amongst swine. Because some people, they don't want to change. They just want to feel better in that moment and then continue down that same path that they know is leading them to destruction. Like I have posted about many times before, that your comfort zone is actually the zone of discomfort for a lot of y'all. I was there. So many people are afraid to step out of all they know, not knowing that they're holding themselves back from experiencing the best thing yet. The best thing yet. You can have whatever you like. God wants you to have whatever you like. But do you want it? And if you do, act like it. And that's, come back. No, and don't act like it. Be it. Because you know how people talk about becoming. And yes, my new brand is called House of Sacred Becoming. But know what? That's actually, the becoming is just there because I know how a lot of people think. When actually it's not even about becoming. And I've even made a video about this before. It's about being. Because if you're becoming, you're going to be becoming forever. In order for you to come, you have to already be for it to come. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. So stop trying. And that's the other thing. When people are like, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying. Why are you trying? Stop trying. Do. Be. Be that thing. Do the thing. Stop trying. You don't have to try. Hope. What am I hoping for? I don't hope nothing. I am and I be. I create. I do. Most of the time I don't do. I just be. And I allow. And it's so simple. But yet, it's not easy for a lot of people. So once you switch off that part of your mind that has you locked up in all this stuff, and you switch on the part that knows and embodies the highest level of you, you allow that to come in. You allow God to really guide you, and you start interrogating your thoughts. You be like, nah, cut that out. I don't like that. That ain't what I want. I don't want that life. I want that path. Cut it off and cut off anybody. I don't care who they are, who is trying to keep you. Every time I try to leave, something pulling me back. No, don't allow that to happen. And that's part of the reason why I created my brand, House of Sacred Becoming, to assist people and wake them up if they're ready and if they feel led to. So with all that being said, I created a quiz. It's a free quiz. You don't even have to put in your email or sign up if you don't want to. I don't think I have it set like that. I think you can if you want to, if you actually want to track it. But it will show you legit straight up where you're operating at currently. It will make you sit and look at yourself and figure out what energy are you putting out. Like, are you putting out those just a whole lot of negative energy, fear, survival-based energy? Is that the energy you're putting out? Is it in alignment with what you want? It's called the Alignment Map Quiz, and it's all about checking your frequency, because so many people say they want to be here. We all want it, don't us? And that path doesn't look the same for everybody. It's all about peace, joy, and happiness. And what does that look like for you? Don't matter what it looks like to nobody else, because they ain't for them. You have to live this life. You have to walk this path. Everybody's path ain't the same. Some people will, do some big stuff, some that, is publicly seen as big. However, there are people out there every day, the quote unquote average Joe regular people, who are doing some big things that is not being seen or exposed, because at the end of the day, it's not about the explosion being seen. It's about yourself and the work that you're doing on the inside, and that growth that you're experiencing and going through. Like, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. You can't change nothing outside of you. You really can't. Free will, everybody has it. All you can do is change yourself. And when you change yourself, the world is going to bend for you. So, ask me how I know. I hear, look at me, I'm a testimony. I didn't make it on my own. I ain't standing here alone. I'm saying, I realize that I walk this thing out. I'm walking prophecy. I just walk this thing out, and I just be me. And by being you, you will have more impact on the world than you can ever imagine. Remember who you are and be you. No matter what anybody else has to say, forget what they got to say. I don't care who they are. I don't even care if that's that voice inside your head that is saying other stuff. Nah, whenever it's a voice that you feel in your heart is pulling you back or constricting you or shrinking you, or that will lead you to self-abandonment or neglecting yourself in any way, cancel. Automatically. Cancel. Control, Alt, Delete. And you immediately, replace that with or opposite thought that is positive to that you want. And the more you do this, your body will adapt to it. And it will get to a point where you will feel so secure and firm in your stuff. You're unstoppable. And like I said, it's about what that looks like for you and about what society says is whatever. Man, forget society, whatever. Don't be a follower. Be a leader of your life. You are the main character. And people will be like, yes, this is your life. I've been saying for you, my life is a movie. All of our lives are a movie. And we're walking this thing out. Create the life you want and stop creating more of what you don't want. If I want, you can take the quiz at houseofsacredbecoming.com/map. I'm sure I will drop it in the comments and wherever y'all see this video at. More than likely, it ain't on YouTube yet. I need to update that bio. But everywhere else, it's like in my bio. Take the quiz so you can really start to see yourself. Or not. The choice is yours. And one thing I don't do, I don't run behind nobody. I don't chase behind nobody. And I ain't trying to make anybody do anything. Because I realized a long time ago, you can't make nobody do nothing. However, what I can do is that I can be this guiding light, this lighthouse that I am. And I can shine the light on it for you. And I can create a bridge by just being me. And if you choose to accept that guidance, cool. If not, cool. If not this lifetime, maybe another one you will. But as for me, I'm not doing this no more. I stand 10 toes down on that. So I'm going to complete my mission, my calling, my purpose. Always going to be done. And can't nobody stop me.